Well, hey there, nerds! 2.11 is now available, in case you couldn't tell. Heroic Grails and all that. So go download it from your storefront. iTunes, Google Play, either or will do fine. And you too can get a free GHB or Tempest trial unit. Alright, sure, I'll take it. Now, that's not the only thing that 2.11 has for us real quick. No, guys. My favorite in the update notifications was that Relay Defense is going on hiatus, and I don't know if anyone's going to weep any tears for that one, unfortunately. But we also have weapon refines and stats, so let's start with the weapon refines and just move in from there, okay? So, first up, Florina, with this, gets a much more sturdy, heavy spear, I guess, in this regard. A little bit more might. However, when you refine her lance, it actually gets a lot more interesting. So she gets a very nice defensive skill that if a foe initiates combat and uses sword, lance, axe, or dragonstone, she gets +4 to every stat. That's actually really nice. That is probably one of the more solid refines I've seen lately. So kudos to you, Florina. Kudos to you. But oh boy, the next one, the last one at least. That one's gonna blow our minds. Alright, so Bartray got somewhat of the same treatment when it came to just the base weapon. Better armor buster with more might. However, when you refine it, I'm just gonna spoil this without an image. It's Fury 3. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's not a bad refine either. He can just kill himself faster if he wants to. In fact, he can join the club with Eldigan. Pretty much just run around hurting himself as much as possible. Now, next up is Shauna, and Shauna has a killer lance that I guess, well, more of a slaying lance at this point, and with a little bit more might. Kind of customary at this point, and it actually has a somewhat similar treatment to what happened with Fear as well, so if you're used to that, well, then you're probably used to the deals +10 damage when special triggers, so not a bad effect. Not bad. I know some people might be like, oh, they could have been so much better, but honestly, that really made things a lot better. It's a solid adjustment is what I'm trying to say. So, it could be worse. It could be worse. The last one, though, is where people are probably going to lose their minds, guys. Unfortunately, I don't have Saber to pull him up and show you, so we're just going to show you what it does. So, it's a slaying weapon, just like anything else, except for the fact that, well, you know, has a little bit more might, and at the start of combat, if special is ready, grants attack speed defense res +3 during combat, and unit can counterattack regardless of range. So those Saber fans out there must be losing their goddamn minds. I mean, honestly, this weapon built in with something like Special Spiral is just made to make Saber into something insane, so, wow. That's pretty hefty. That is a pretty large upgrade. Oh, man, that's just outrageous. But that's not it, guys. That's not all. We also have the stats for the new characters that are coming out in the banner tomorrow, and, well, might as well take a look at that. Again, thank you to our friends over at Game Press, and I will leave links to them in the description, and, well, you should probably check them out. Alright, so let's move over to stats while we're here, and bam! So, the one thing that I'm really quite taken with here is the fact that both of the Corins, by the way, is, well, their stats are fairly high, at least BST-wise. Female Corin, I believe, has 168. Male Corin has 163, which is, whew, okay, well, alright, so the thing that I really just, I'm pretty sure female Corin here has straight up just power crept, you know, female Kana, who has a similar stat line, but she's just, Corin is better in almost every way, has a preferential weapon, and is just ridiculous, so the only thing, of course, is that her res is slightly low, but honestly, that's really not something to just, you know, gripe or complain about. 27's still quite high. Next up, let's take a look at male Corin here, shall we? The thing here is that it's a little bit different. A little bit less speed, more attack, and a little bit less when it comes to the defensive capabilities in the res. However, that's actually a fairly great offensive lineup, so I wouldn't mind that as well. God, they are both really great. And Makoto has exactly what I would expect for an attacking staff-like unit to have. I figured that she would probably have res, considering the fact that, well, you know, she has her brazen. And yeah, that is exactly what happened. 35 attack, 32 speed is not bad at all. And honestly, it's a staff unit. You're going to run Razzle Dazzle on her, or Flash Plus in this case, whichever you prefer. And yeah, that's pretty much what you're going to do. Now, Camilla here, 150 BST, and also quite a powerful unit too. Granted, the speed is a little bit off, but not too bad. 17 defense, of course, you don't want her to get hit by any sort of melee unit or an archer, and so therefore be careful with her, but, you know, you gotta remember that she has naturally 40 attack with her tome, and she's going to gain even more if she happens to be by someone when she's attacking that person. The next thing that we also need to talk about is, of course, the free unit you're going to be getting, and be ready for cuteness, because it's coming, and, well, there it is. It is young songstress Azura, and it's Azura, but as a child. In fact, almost all of this seems to be fan fiction in some regard, at least when it comes to the descriptions I've read. So that's a weird one. But for those interested in Azura, she is in fact a singer. She is a range singer as well. She has Speed, Res, Bond 3, and Torrent Dance 3 as her abilities. But she also has this very nice tome for her as well that works very similar to Camilla, only you trade in the attack with Speed, Book of Shadows, and it grants +3 speed if the unit is adjacent to an ally. It inflicts attack, speed, defense, res, and all that. -4 on a foe in combat. Yeah, geez, I mean, a free dancer and a free range dancer with a pretty hefty tome too. That is not a bad thing. She also, of course, already has a dance ability for buffing you as well, so... My goodness, this banner. My goodness, everything here. This is a lot to take in. But the real takeaway here that I think we can all agree on is, thank God Relay Defense is dead.